48 hours removed from what happened, and we're still trying to sort out how something like this could have happened for a team that, has a coaching staff that is so dead set on preaching situational awareness, situational football, yet the panicking happened in that moment that led to Ramondre Stevenson throwing the ball behind him on a lateral play. There were 3 seconds remaining in this game. The game was tied. All they needed to do was knee the clock out, get out of bounds, do whatever you have to do, Freddie, to get to overtime.
Yeah.
But that did not happen. The panic set in, and it led to the play where the Las Vegas Raiders ended up winning that game. Chandler Jones picking off the pass that came from Jacoby Myers, former quarterback Jacoby Myers, what was going to his current quarterback, Mac Jones. You know the rest there. But this brings up the question about Bill Belichick and his future with the New England Patriots beyond this season. They're on the outside looking in yet again of the AFC playoff picture. They've been flirting with a 7 seed for some time. Doesn't feel like things are going so well for old Bill and his coaching staff, considering what happened in that game. And I don't think it's much of an overreaction to think about what it means for Bill going beyond this season and what his future is, how much longer he's going to keep doing this in the NFL.
Well, Bill Belichick will determine when that's going to happen. I know that is out there, but believe me, he has built up enough equity with Robert Kraft that Robert Kraft is not going to put him on a proverbial hot seat and say, Bill, either get it done or else. But I will say this about Bill Belichick. More than ever before in modern football, you got to find dudes and not just try to out-scheme people. You can talk about situational football, and we practice this and practice that. Mm-hmm. But the one thing they don't have that dude, or they don't have dudes. Anybody that's competing for a championship, they have it. The Eagles have it. The Chiefs have it. Even the Chargers have it, even though I don't trust their head coach. But they got a dude in Justin Herbert and guys on the outside, and they still got Bosa and Khalil Mack. With they're healthy, they can really do a better job in your defense. But if you're going to be Bill Belichick, Courtney, and make sure that this does not continue down that road that you have never experienced before as a Patriots head coach, it's all about what are you going to do to make your quarterback better. You believe that Mac Jones is the dude, but the Patriots are 32nd in the NFL in the red zone, 30th in goal-to-goal situations, and 29th on third down. That's not something that we're used to when it comes to New England Patriots. It's not just about situational football. They're just not a well-coached football team because they don't have the kind of guys that they're used to having, especially that guy quarterback in Tom Brady, who's no longer there.
Well, and does it not feel like Bill Belichick set this thing up to transpire the way that it has when he played the games all off season long about, I'm not telling you who's going to be calling plays. I know, but you guys don't need to know. Maybe ever, or unless you should figure it out during a preseason game. I think if he had his way, he'd keep everything under lock and key for as long as he could. But to have Matt Patricia, who he hired and put on his staff, Joe Judge came into, both of them were in the running to call plays for Mac Jones in his second season, knowing how pivotal of a season that was, and that is for any quarterback. And he's part of a group of 5 that were drafted in the first 15 picks in 2021. Wouldn't you have done everything in your power to put him in a situation where he is insulated enough to where you feel comfortable that the play calling is not going to be an issue, that you're not going to be seeing these tirades and outbursts from your quarterback on Thursday Night Football, on Monday Night Football, all these nationally televised games where Mac Jones is just losing his mind because the offense isn't working. And I think that that's not just the scheme itself. That's who's calling the plays. And you know who chooses who calls the plays? Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick is also the general manager of this team, Freddie. So to your point about the players on this Patriots team not being up to snuff from where they were previously, you have one person to blame for that, and that's the guy choosing these players in the draft, which most times is another person in the general manager, but that's Bill Belichick.
Yeah, this is the arrogance of the Patriot way. This is crystallized with the arrogance of the Patriot way because Bill Belichick was able to get away with that Patriot way and doing things that way when he had old number 12 playing quarterback. That even if you had any kind of sins of the father when it comes to Bill Belichick, he was able to override that because he was so great.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.